Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. Juan Pablo here with Malhar, entrepreneur. Hey, Malhar, what you doing, man?
What's up, man?
What are you working?
We're always working, man.
No, you're on Tetris, aren't you?
Well, when you love what you do, it ain't work. You know what I'm saying?
It's more play.
It is more.
And that's the key, being highly paid for what you love to do.
Absolutely, man. I firmly believe that you have to go after whatever your passions are in life, and the money will find itself. But if you don't really enjoy what you do, then why do you do it? And that's what I really believe in.
Right, are you just living or are you really living?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a question that a lot of people have a tough time answering for themselves. I think if you begin to answer that, and I'm not saying that you figure out that you want to be in real estate right away and then you jump into it. What I'm saying is do something that you enjoy doing, and then you'll figure out ways in which you can monetize that.
Excellent. So Entrepreneur Hot Seat, guys. We have Malhar. He's a real estate investor. He's an entrepreneur. He's in the hot seat. So what we're going to do, guys, is just spitfire questions to him, and he's going to answer at the top of his head. So just keep in mind with the hot seat, there's no rehearsal. I didn't prep him and say, hey, these are the questions. Just off the top, freestyle. First question, what's your story?
What's my story? I went to school in college in Boston, was tired of that, didn't like how I was doing the same thing as other people in my position, but because I was entry level, I was getting paid half of what other people were, so I decided to quit. Joined my father in his business, worked with him for a couple of years, but see, the thing is, I never grew up with money, so I was enamored by the idea of it, and I lost sight of the forest from the trees. Ultimately ended up making some decisions that lost us everything. Everything that my father had built, everything that they had saved up. And so I had to figure out what to do, and you guys have probably seen these different real estate coaching programs that come into town. I had no money, but what I did have is credit cards. And so I decided to take a leap of faith and jump into it, and I was determined. You know, when you back someone into a corner and they have no other way to survive other than succeeding, you know, they figure out a way, and that's really, long story short, that's kind of what happened to me. I was backed into a corner, and I worked my ass off, and I was able to, you know, one step at a time, achieve and be able to get to a point where now we're building, you know, well into the $1 million range homes.
What does losses mean to you?
Losses, as far as in real estate or just in general? Everything. I believe that losses just I'm looking at it as a more financial or monetary way of losses, but any loss that I've had has actually been a gift from the universe. I believe that everything that happens for me and not to me. And I think that's really important for when you really understand and grasp that concept that everything is a gift. Had the things that had not happened in my previous business with my father had not happened, then I would never be here today, because I would have never seen the opportunity that real estate can afford.
That's silver lining. So speaking of real estate, why real estate?
Why not? I mean, real estate is the #1 way in this country where millionaires are born, and I would probably even guess to say that that's true around in the entire world. So the path to millionaireism, if you will,
I like that.
That's a new word. I'm gonna have to copyright that one. But the path to millionaireism, I guess, is more people become millionaires through real estate than through any other avenue. That's something I learned, and it's amazing. They're not making more land, if you don't know. And if you don't know, now you know. They're not making any more land, and that's something that I've always known, and it's an incredible vehicle for you to gain financial independence.
Okay, investment strategy.
Well, our current investment strategy is we do a lot of buy, renovate, resell. We do buy, tear down, new construction, resell. and then we also take a lot of those profits and we put them into passive income properties. So we buy, renovate, and then rent out. So we have tenants. We also have properties that we wholesale. So we'll buy them and then we'll flip the contract because we have the ability to be the middle person that's going to find a potential deal and then put it together with someone who's going to renovate it and take great care of it, or maybe put a tenant into it or something like that. That's our primary strategy at this time. We're starting to look further into multi-unit investing. So if you guys have multi-unit deals, we're looking to reposition them in the Atlanta, Georgia market. So we are looking into apartment buildings, things like that. And at the end, I'll let you guys know how you guys can find us on the web.
Define growth.
Growth. Define growth. I would say growth is any time that you do a baby step forward. It could be the smallest step, but you're making progress. And that's what I would look at as growth. Growth is always learning, always curious. The one thing that I would say, my wife often makes fun of me, and as do a lot of people, about how I'm constantly on my phone. I am on my phone a lot, but I'm either A, doing real estate deals, or B, I'm learning about something. See, if I have a thought in my mind, and these days we walk around with mini computers, and if I have a thought in my mind and I want to know the answer, I might just do a quick search to learn about it, because yeah, it might be a random fact, but I've learned a lot about real estate. I've even found real estate deals just texting with someone. So there's been opportunities that have come through just learning. And I think growth really comes down to, are you learning? Are you growing every single day? Are you putting yourself in a position to be a baby step better than you were the day before?
Did you learn more in formal education or informal education?
That's an easy one. Way more in informal education. I mean, I'm school of the hard knocks, I guess you could say, but the reason I love this country so much is because it affords you opportunities that I don't know, frankly, if they're available in any other country. And so it is the land of the American dream, and if you put one step in front of the other, you can accomplish amazing things, and I'm proof of it, you know.
If you could take one thing and only one thing only to the next life, what would that be?
To the next life, it'd be the knowledge I have. If I took one thing to the next life, it'd have to be the knowledge that I've gained, the experience that I've gained. Because I'd even take that a step further and say, instead of even just the knowledge, it's the experience that I've gained thus far in my life.
What's more valuable in investing? Time, money, or credit?
That's a tough one. It's definitely not money. So we'll rule that one out. I would say time and credit are probably now that I think about it, time is the most important, because the longer you own something, the more valuable it will be over time. And you know, speaking of the Atlanta market, as I told you guys in the previous video, we're here in Atlanta. There's areas and markets or neighborhoods in Atlanta where you could buy things for 15 or 20,000 just 5 or 6 years ago that are selling for 100 grand or more, and they need a full renovation in the same neighborhoods. And in 5 or 6 years, if you can make that type of return on investment, that's just insane. So I own a few of those types of properties too.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. So if you can give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would that be?
Don't be scared. Or be scared and act in spite of it. Because, you know, one thing that stands out to me a lot is something I heard. I don't know if I heard it or read it somewhere or what have you, or someone said it to me. Everyone has fear. Rich people, poor people, everyone has fear. But poor people stop because of fear, and rich people act in spite of it. And that's something that stuck with me throughout my days growing up or what have you. I don't know exactly where I heard that or remembered that from, but it stuck with me very, very deeply. And so I think that that is one of the key pieces that I always strive to live by. Sometimes I'm not ready to do a high-end deal or a certain type of construction project, but I have faith in one thing alone, and that's myself and my ability to be able to figure things out along the way, or find the right people to figure things out.
Walk us through the most exciting day of your life.
The most exciting day of my life is, has it happened or anything that it could be? Whatever I want. Okay, so the most exciting day of my life probably is waking up with my wife next to me, getting up and stepping out. Maybe we're on the beach or something like that. We go out, have a nice brunch. We love having nice brunches, long leisurely brunches is what we call them. And then just coming back and working for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, something I love doing. I don't really refer to it as work, and so when I say the word working, I don't really mean it in that way. Doing things that I'm passionate about, and then spending time with my family, friends. Maybe a few deals happen that day, maybe they don't, it doesn't matter. But the point is that the most exciting thing about living a day for me is living it with complete, utter enthusiasm and passion. That's how I want to live my life on a day-to-day basis, and that's what I'm about, you know. So I think any day can be exciting if you put enthusiasm into it.
What's playing a bigger game to you?
I'm sorry?
Playing a bigger game. What does that mean to you?
Playing a bigger game. Playing a bigger game for me at this point, I relate it to real estate, would just be getting into larger build outs of commercial properties or apartment buildings, things like that. But ultimately, playing a bigger game, I guess at a fundamental or philosophical level for me, is just thriving. Always living with being in the moment and thriving. And thriving for me means that I'm engaged with life on a day-to-day basis, living with enthusiasm and passion, like I said earlier.
If you can spend lunch with anybody in the world, who would that person be?
Who would I spend lunch with? I would probably say, you know, this might be out there, one, but something completely different than what I've talked about is the Dalai Lama or something like that. The reason is because I believe that there's a certain way to live life, and what I'm talking about is much more on a spiritual level also. It's just, I believe everything is spiritual and energetic, and if I was able to get an opportunity to have lunch with someone like that, perhaps they can impart to me all of the wisdom that they have amassed over the years. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
There's a young man out there frustrated, wants to get started in real estate, no money, no credit, no one to model this business after. What advice do you have for that young man?
Go to meetup.com, type in real estate investing, and get out to real estate investing events. You will find a mentor. Work for them for free. Do whatever it takes. See, in this business, in this world, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, but you have to be smart about it. So don't think about what it is that you can gain out of it. Step up to that person and see how you can help them. And if you can provide some sort of value to them, then you will automatically learn a ton of stuff through them by providing them with a free service. Who wouldn't want, if someone came to me and says, I'll work for you for 3 months or 6 months for free, even if it's part-time, heck, I could use someone to come in for free, and then over time, they're gonna automatically learn different things from me. So that's probably the first thing I would do. Go to meetup.com in your area, find as many real estate investing events as you can, and network, and find those people that are actually doing things out there.
God forbid you lose everything. What would be the first thing you would do?
If I lose everything, the first thing I would do is be grateful. Because the first thing to recognize is that everything that happens in my life is for me. And I'd first reflect on why that happened, and then I'd probably pick myself right back up again and jump out and do exactly what I said I would have other people do, which is go out to meetup.com, go to real estate investing events and network with other people and start finding ways. Because even if I lost everything, one thing people can't take away from me is my knowledge and experience.
How can people find you?
People can find me by going to our Facebook page. It's M2REST, M as in Mary, the number 2, R-E-S-T, stands for Malhar and Meg. Meg's my sister. We started our real estate investing company together. M2 is for that, and then R-E-S-T, Real Estate Solutions Team. You can find us on Facebook. If you want to learn more about me, just shoot us a message and someone will get back in touch with you and see if there's ways in which we can connect.
What's the last piece of advice that you've received?
The last piece of advice I've received is think bigger. I actually have a coach right now. He's been a phenomenal coach for me, and I believe in coaching throughout my life. And so I have a coach, and he said to me, he said, you're capable of even greater things than you have an inkling of a knowledge of right now. And so he said, you need to start thinking bigger, right? So that's what I've been practicing doing.
All right, guys, there you have it. Malhar, entrepreneur, hot seat. We're out. As always, to your success, earn passively so you can live passionately. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching the video. We appreciate your viewership. By the way, guys, make sure you subscribe to 100%finance.com. We have a plethora of tools that can help you succeed financially. We have a report on credit repair, 3 tips on how you can improve your FICO score. We also have a business credit ebook. We have a ton of real estate related documents, from deal analyzers to a mortgage calculator, a whole bunch of resources. You just have to subscribe. And one last thing, don't want to forget, we are offering free live webinars to answer your questions. This is only made available to our website subscribers. So you have to subscribe to 100%finance.com to receive the details as to the date, the time, and the call-in information for the webinars to answer your credit repair, business credit, or business funding needs, as well as your real estate related questions. Thank you guys again for watching, and subscribe.